Good morning, or whatever time it is where you are. It's morning here. I'm an early riser these days. In my younger experiences, you could say I was a little lazy, but not anymore. That's what happens when you get old. Figuratively speaking, of course. So this is about being creative with your work, being creative with your office. I like to have many mobile offices. Of course, I have an office at home, which has the main desktop and computers, printer, all that kind of stuff. It's more efficient work, I would say, when it comes to that. But I don't always need to do that. And with the phone and iPad and laptop, oh wow, there's a bald eagle flying over me. I wish I could have caught that for you. It's beautiful. We have this is actually one of the reasons why I like this staring lake so much. And I'll show you as I come out to the pier. There are a lot of nesting eagles in Eden Prairie, bald eagles specifically, and you can easily catch them around here. We also have all kinds of herons and egrets and kingfishers and crows and squirrels and deers and beavers. We've got beavers. We've got a lot of animals here. Turkeys. I've seen turkeys flying around in this park. More across the way. It's more wooded. There's a path that goes all the way around the circumference of this park. It's a really beautiful park. Oh, if I could just work and do this and do nothing, that would be great. That's not how it works. So this is a good example. Technically, I'm doing work right now. I am providing a service to people if they get benefit from it. Not getting paid for it at the moment, but it's not that it cannot be monetized, right? I believe in just doing and not getting caught up in. So I'm just going to make one product with my company and focus on selling. Well, that's fine. I mean, how badly do you want to succeed? Yada yada. I prefer to give as much as possible away for free. Here's a view of the lake. Beautiful, isn't it? Let's see if we can get a good shot. I like kind of this raw video thing. Hopefully it's not too irritating. Not much of an editor. I probably should. I kind of like raw footage. I think it's more about connecting with a person's personality and realizing that what they're doing is not perfect, and that's why they edit videos. It's because you're always making these goofy little mistakes. Whatever. If it's something that I say that's really awful, I'll edit it out, but otherwise you're just going to have to put up with it. I try not to make videos too long. Alright, let's get back to the topic so that I do not bore you thoroughly. This is one of my mobile offices. I do video recording here, I take notes, I read, I simply exercise and walk. It's important when you're working to take breaks and do exercise. Even if you just get up for 5 minutes, you can restart your digestive system and increase your energy levels. It's really actually a lot simpler than it sounds, even a small amount of movement. I do believe that in the general work environment, when someone has an office job or they're sitting a lot, there's a tendency to want to just stay seated, and then you sort of develop a aversion to getting up. It's a strange phenomenon, but I do believe it is true. It's really easy to break. If you just get a habit of getting up, then it'll be a habit. However, if your habit is just sitting down, then you will just continue to sit down. A body at rest tends to stay at rest, and a body in motion tends to stay in motion. I prefer to stay in motion. I've experimented with both. I've experimented with every time that you can get up and go to bed. I'm not kidding, every time. Every variation. I had a lot of free time after my father passed away. I inherited a bit of money, and I don't know what happened. I just decided to take a break. I kept my eco-friendly landscaping business going for about a year, and then I tore my abdomen fairly severely. It did not require surgery, but I was told it would take a year and a half to heal, so let's see if I can catch this guy. There's the bald eagle. You can see it flying past in the distance. anyways. I gained something that a lot of other people perhaps have never had the opportunity to have. I chose to do the minimal amount of work for a period of time. Really, mostly when I was healing from the injury. I mean, there really wasn't a lot I can do, and let's just call it paid time off, PTO. I had a whole different perspective. All the bills were paid, all my needs were met, even my desires were met, and I had this unbelievable amount of free time. So I just did whatever I want all the time. It did actually get boring after a while, believe it or not. But I gained something. Everyone's so caught up in this rat race, this rush, gotta do this. Now I got kids, now I got soccer, and now I got a job. Now I gotta meet friends, I gotta make time for friends. Oh, I feel so bad, I don't have time for everyone, and everyone's mad at me because everyone is dealing with, this is just the age that we live in. I've developed an ability to not be hampered by that so much. I make myself really available to people, but I have firm boundaries. For example, at nighttime, I turn my phone off. No business. No chat, no messenger, no text, no phone calls. Just TV and food, maybe a drink, and me. Time to unwind. It's a sort of a sanctuary. You have to carve out time for yourself, or else you're never going to get it. So I hope that's all kind of a helpful, maybe just a perspective of when I had all this free time. I started hanging out in parks a lot, and I've always been a nature person. But then I realized that I could do work at the park. I could exercise, I could eat, I could just hang out and breathe the fresh air. It's a lot better than being in an apartment all day long with that recirculated, gross air. Do what you want. Do what you have to do. But don't be afraid to do what you want. And if it makes you happy to be outside and you're still getting things done, then so be it. Tatastu. In Sanskrit, they have a saying called tatastu. It means so be it. It's also a kind of compact prayer. It's like you're accepting what God or the universe or the great unknown has given to you, and you're not complaining at all. You're totally in the now, in the present. Tatastu. So be it. It happened. So be it. With that, I leave you. Have a wonderful day. Make the best of it. Make your work creative. Have fun. Namaste.